Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are. Hope you are having a wonderful day and welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video, we will be previewing Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest. And I will guarantee you that if Forest go with this team and this tactic, they will beat Manchester City. We'll get into all of it in a second. Before we start that, guys, as always, please don't forget to hit the like button, especially if you think Forest will beat Man City tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Go follow me at Twitter. It's Wolverine8125. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can either give a super thanks or become a member for 99p. Just hit that join button. Guys, I will be going to this match tomorrow, so there will be no watch along, unfortunately. But we will be doing vlogs and posting some videos throughout the day. I guess my question to you guys is, which shirt do you think I should wear? Because I'm going undercover in the Man City end. It's a sellout in the away stand, but you can still get tickets even right now in the Manchester City end, because no one supports the team like that. Anyway, shall I go with my Lingardinho top, my In Cooper We Trust top, or shall I go with Brennan Johnson? Here they are for you guys. The Cooper top. I probably should edit this, I can't be bothered. The Brennan top. Or shall we go with Lingard? Who do you think is going to get us a couple of goals tomorrow? Let me know in the comments below. So if you are going, do look out for me. Come say hi. I'll be with my son, who's a Manchester City fan. But yeah, come say hi to us, and we maybe do some recording with you guys as well. Anyway, we're here to talk about the match preview itself, so let's get on with it and let's see how Forest can win this match. Okay, so let's jump into this and look at my predicted team and how I think Forest should line up. Now, I'm not saying this is how they will line up, but I did get it right with the double 10 in the previous formation, which was a formation change. And as you can see, I'm going for another formation change here, and I just really like the look of this team, apart from one or two of the centre-backs. But anyway, we'll get into that in a second. I want Forest to go into a 4-2-3-1. And the message I'm sending out is pace, pace, pace. We can beat Manchester City with pace and a flooded midfield like this. Dennis, lightning. Johnson, lightning. Gibbs-White got pace. Uwani got strength and pace. He needs to sort out his second Bambi on Ice style touch, but we will assume that he's been working through that in training for the moment. Now, what I want to see is O'Brien attached, literally holding hands with De Bruyne. De Bruyne's got the passing range, he's got the vision and everything else, but what De Bruyne hasn't got is abundance of pace, and he makes that up with basically everything else because he's amazing. O'Brien needs to be snapping at his heels pretty much all game. I've gone with Freuler as the other centre midfielder, but I want you to think these guys as more as CDM in O'Brien. Maybe even Coyote could come in and play. But they're going to sit a bit deeper, and the reason I've gone Freuler over Yates is because Freuler's going to be the guy to quarterback our attacks. Literally just sending the balls into the channel, pinging it out to Dennis, pinging it out to Johnson, and so on and so forth. That's how I think it will work. O'Brien, if Coops goes with this formation, O'Brien's going to be the most important player on that team. And as he always does, he's going to give a 0 to 90 performance. From minute 1, same energy as minute 90. Now, on top of that, I've changed the back 5 into a back 4. Because what I don't want to happen is we're going to get dropped down deep anyway, which is what I do want to happen. But what I don't want to happen is if we're doing it in a back 5, we're going to end up with too many players in and around our own box. And it's going to end up being like the first 60 odd minutes at Newcastle. Well, you could argue the whole 90 minutes at Newcastle. What I do want to see is Lodi straight into the team. Now, we've had many debates over the past week about should Tuffalo stay, should he be dropped straight away for Lodi? The answer is Lodi is up here, Tuffalo is down here. There's no question in class. The other point is Lodi has played many times against Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, in an Atletico Madrid team that was drilled on playing in the deeper position and counter-attacking. And a lot of the counter-attacks would come through Lodi. He will overlap down that left channel and he will get up and down. He can cross the ball in. And what he will do better than Tuffalo is drift inwards towards the back post so that if we're attacking down the right-hand side, like we do a lot, be it Williams, Johnson, Gibbs White, whoever, overlapping in that corner, we tend to not have enough numbers in the box. Lodi will provide that number because he knows how to play that left wing-back position better than most. You don't just go up and down like you're on a goddamn train track. You got to cut in, and he does that beautifully, and he'll be in and around the back post. Now, he's not the tallest at 5'8", but his presence there, he's good at jumping. He's scored goals. I think he got one. I think it was against Man U last season in the Champions League. So for me, this team is the one that works. Now, I probably would look at dropping Worrell for maybe a Coyote in a game like this if Haaland's going to play, but the rumours are that Haaland's probably going to get dropped. Now, the other thing we want is a deeper line. And this game will suit us better than the Spurs game. Because the Spurs, we played into their hands. They said to us, bring your slow-ass defence forward. Bring all 10 of your players into our own half. We're just going to nail them on pace with balls into the channel. And that's exactly what happened for pretty much both their goals. With this, Man City don't do it like that. Man City will press and push teams back pretty much to their own goal line, so to speak. Now, that's going to help us because it eliminates the slow-ass factor from our centre-backs because there's not going to be much room in behind them. Man City like to pass it in and around the centre-backs and the midfielders, etc., and they're very good at that. They don't care too much about the Hollywood balls into the channel and catching you with a high line. It's not their style. So, in essence, playing Man City, now I'm not going to say it's easier because it's not, but the style they play will help us force us into a shape that is more comfortable for Forest. I hope that makes sense. So let's move on and talk a bit further about what else is going to happen during the match. All right, so let's quickly jump in and have a look at Man City and how they will line up, roughly speaking. So by the book, they set up in a 4-2-3-1 as well, but it's never really a 4-2-3-1. What you'll find, I'll run through the players. Obviously, we've got Edison in goal. Then you're going to have Walker and Cancelo as your left and right backs. But really, they're wing backs. And then you're going to have Diaz and Stones at the moment, who are playing as your CBs. Then you'll have Rodri and someone like Bernardo Silva as the two sitters. But Rodri will tend to do this role on his own. And then you'll have Mahrez out on the right-hand side. Probably Foden or Grealish, who's kind of out of favour at the moment, on the left. And then Haaland or Alvarez at the moment. I think Haaland's going to be dropped. You'll be pleased to hear. But I think Haaland would be the better one to play against us. One, he doesn't get many touches. Touches he does get are clinical. At the end of the day, his dad was made where in Nottingham. So we know he's going to be a player. But anyway, whoever it is, either way, they're going to cause us a problem. And definitely, if it's Alvarez, he's going to be an issue for us because he's got a bit more pace than Haaland. Anyway, let's get into it. And I just want to show you how it would really realistically line up. Now, what's probably going to happen is you're going to find that we're sitting in this kind of shape like this during the match. If we did go in this formation. And I stress it's an if. And then what you'll find is they like to bring their wingers really out wide here in Mahrez. And you'll find that Walker's out wide, Cancelo's out wide. But then where the magic will happen is in and around here. When the two centre-backs are that far forward, and you got the likes of Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne, this is a typical Man City shape for a lot of their half. Now what you'll find is Walker will run it down the wing here himself, causing overloads. And that you'll find the exact same thing happens here with Cancelo. Either he'll go overlap out the outside or he inverses a lot into the middle. And then Bernardo Silva will just pick the ball up and go on these crazy mazy runs and get into the box looking for either a pass or a shot into the striker. So it's going to be hard. And even if we play compact, which Crystal Palace tried to do against them at the weekend, even if we brought, say, Lodi and Williams in and then sat the 6 and the 8, whoever they end up being, really tight here as well. Maybe you want to drop O'Brien just in front of the strikers and Freuler in this position. It's still going to be tough. But why will it work is because we can get in behind. Diaz and Stones are not pacey. Johnson is lightning. If we play Johnson here down the right-hand side, he can exploit the space. Gibbs-White is fast. Owoni has pace, and Dennis has abundance of pace as well if we play him out here on the left. Now, it will be harder to break in down our left channel because Walker's recovery pace is amazing. He's very quick at getting back and making up for any holes he leaves behind. That's why I think the attacks down the right-hand side will be more fruitful. Although I think Cancelo is one of the best left-backs in the world, probably second only to Lodi. He's not as quick as getting back. He's good, but he's better at positioning, crossing, even shooting, and he's both-footed as well. So down this side is our best chance. Now, is how brave are Forest going to be? Are they going to risk Williams pushing up here? And if they do, I want O'Brien just sat there, just covering that space and protecting Worrell. And then maybe Freuler just there looking for those balls, or even switching these two around. Freuler can play either side, and he's the better passer of the ball. He can get it through into those channels. This is how we have to do it. The defensive line has to be in and around the edge of our penalty area to give him no space in behind for any balls over the top. Now, Mahrez will try and stretch us wide, as will Foden, and Foden's got the pace as well to do it. So we have to be careful with that. So you may find that if we, on the occasions, do get forward, that O'Brien gets pulled out here, and then suddenly there's a nice gap appearing here for the likes of De Bruyne to start working his magic in there as well. But that's why it's going to be tough. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying with this formation, it could work. If we can get the turnover while Man City are roughly in this position here, something like this, where we've got, let's just bring it back into shape here. And I hate the Hollywood balls, but they can work against Man City, where maybe Worrell does one of his pinged balls into the channel for Brennan to latch onto, race through with Morgan Gibbs-White, Owoni and Dennis pushing forward. Now, if that happens, we may find ourselves a couple of times in a 4-on-2 situation or a 4-on-3 situation. Anything going through the middle, Rodri's going to mop up. He's extremely good at playing that CDM role and very hard to get past. So we're going to need to use the width. And that's why, in essence, I've gone with this formation. Not only does it give us the width, but it gives us the extra 2 numbers here to protect the defensive line at a 4, and gives us that extra body up forward in the 3-1 as it would shape up. It's tough, I know, but it can be done because of Man City's style of play, that they will always just keep these two high up the pitch, and the wing backs are playing almost as L-dubs and R-dubs alongside Mahrez and Foden. So we have a chance. It's like I said earlier, it suits us better than the Spurs game, who pulled our defense way too high up. With the lack of pace, they had no chance. With them standing here, a bit like they did at Newcastle, they can defend well. Now, yes, we had Nia Kata in that match. That really helped. But I've just got a feeling. I said last week that Forest are going to upset either Spurs or Man City. Now, it didn't happen against Spurs. So for me to be right, it needs to be in this match. Let me know what you guys think. Can we do it? Can we upset the apple cart, as they say? I've just got a sneaky feeling about this one, and I'm being positive. I've seen people saying 5-0, break the Bournemouth record, 10-0, and all this crap. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. My prediction for this match: Forest will win 5-2. Don't slate me in the comments. Guys, thanks for watching. I look forward to your thoughts, your team lineup. Let me know down below. Would you agree with me on the setup, or do you want to stick to the 3-5-2? I say let's have a swing at it. It's a good time as any to try it out, and it would work quite well against Manchester City. If you don't agree with me with the setup, with the players in the positions, let me know. Let me know. Get my teeth in. Let me know down below who you would play in your team as well. Give me your 1 to 11. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow if I can with the transfer video update, but I got to hit the road quite early to get up to Manchester. If you're around, as I said, I'm behind enemy lines. I'll be in, I think, block 101 or something. So towards the corner post area, just behind the goal there. So if you're there, come say hi to me. We can both give some abuse to my son as he's wearing his sky blue shirt. We will catch you on the next video. Before you leave, to enjoy the rest of your evening, give the video a quick like, subscribe to the channel. Go check out our merch store as well. The link's in the description. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on, you Reds, you can do this.